DreAllDay.com. Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today we are talking about modeling. I don't mean modeling like being on a runway or doing a photo shoot. Modeling meaning looking at what other people who have done something successfully that you want to do and using their example for yourself in order for you to accelerate your pace in order to get to where you want to go. Modeling other people, but modeling the right way. That's what we're talking about here in this video. I heard Tony Robbins talk about this, is that when he wanted to really accelerate his success, what he did was find people who had what he wanted and he would model them. He wanted to meet a really nice woman, so he went and found a guy who had a girl that was like the greatest girl, like the girl of his dreams. He would ask the guy, hey, what did you do to attract this woman? He would ask the woman, hey, what was it about this guy that got you interested in him? So he started modeling in different ways in his life in order to accelerate his success. So I'm going to tell you how in life you can model other people, but there is a right way and a wrong way to model people. And there's an example. People have asked me questions like, well, you know, I heard this player, athletes will ask me, this player in the NBA, I heard he does this in his training, so what do you think about me doing that? Or sometimes people ask me, well, what supplements should I take if I want to get stronger? Or people just ask me, what supplement should I take? Should I take this one or take this one? They don't even say what the actual outcome is. They just want to do it because they heard other people are doing it. They see somebody with big muscles, well, I heard he does this, so I'm gonna do that. Or somebody has a nice girl, they did this, so I'm gonna do this. Or this person is great at basketball, so I'm gonna take this one little piece that they did and I'm gonna try to do it. There's a right way and a wrong way to model, and that's what we're gonna talk about here in this video. Number one thing, when you're modeling anybody, I don't care who they are, what they did, where they're from, understand that you are not that person. You are not becoming them. What you're doing is modeling their actions, or maybe part of their actions that you can use. Anyway, anytime you're modeling another person, you must run what they're doing through the filter of, okay, I'm not them, I'm me. How can I take this and use it for my own purposes? It may not necessarily be, let me just directly copy what this person does. That might not be the best way for you to model another person. So you have to be smart enough to use that filter of, I'm me, they're them. What can I use from this for my own purposes? Number two thing, when you are doing that, when you're using that filter, picking and choosing from a person, okay, I'm gonna copy this part, but not that part. You got to make sure that you have to be disciplined enough and hold yourself accountable enough to know that you're not modeling by convenience. You're not picking and choosing based on what's convenient. For example, players used to ask me years ago, like, yo, they heard Kyrie Irving used to dribble a basketball wrapped in a plastic bag because that's what got him better at dribbling. So maybe I should do that so I can get better at dribbling. Well, I don't know if he did that or not. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But what about everything else Kyrie Irving did to get good? What about waking up early in the morning and lifting weights? What about going and running 3 miles before school? What about the hours that he put in the gym by himself, working on his game, getting better when there was no fanfare around it? Now, I don't know if those are exactly what he did, but what I'm saying is that wasn't the only thing he did. There was a whole lot of things he could have did to make himself better, a whole lot of things he did do to make himself better that weren't as sexy as, okay, let me just do this dribbling drill with a plastic bag. That sounds pretty simple, sounds pretty easy, it's easy to duplicate, easy to copy, but what about the hard stuff? What about the stuff that's not so sexy, so easy, stuff that wouldn't really be worth showing off, stuff that you wouldn't want to show off because you're not good at it yet? What about those things? So you don't, make sure when you're modeling another person, you're not just taking the simple, easy stuff that they did, but you're also doing the hard stuff that they did. Because the hard stuff is the stuff that is not going to be social media worthy. It's not going to get you a whole lot of attention or admiration just because you did it, but you do need to do it if you want to get the results. So make sure you are not modeling by convenience, but actually modeling for effectiveness. And point number three, understand that modeling another person does not mean that you're suspending conscious thoughts. You're not suspending your intelligence just because you're a model. So if you say you're gonna model this guy or this girl because they did this and that, and you start modeling that person, it doesn't mean you just do everything that they did. It doesn't mean you just say everything that they said just because. You still need to be thinking, all right, does this make sense? Can I use this? What way can I apply this? Do I need to alter this a little bit? Is this something that I'm only picking and choosing because it's easy? Something I'm only doing because it looks good? You have to make sure you're still thinking while you're modeling. You're stealing from that person, taking something and using it yourself. Does not mean you just do what they did or say what they said or think how they think just because. All right, so make sure you're following these 3 steps anytime you're modeling another person, anything that they're doing, anytime you're trying to get their success. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.